Huh. Am I counting up now? I thought I was running before, but now I think I might have just turned it on.
Counting up.
Okay, I guess, well, good. I wasn't recording all that because I was kind of thinking that was pointless. Okay, so we're back and we've been testing mixtures with our wet perlite that we've reclaimed from the old core, and this is the wet perlite. We soaked it last night, everything we got out of that old core. We had some fresh perlite to it, trying to get it, basically there was a little too much water. We did 2 parts sand to 1 part clay to roughly 2 parts this, and it was still too wet just from the moisture in it. So we added perlite to it to dry it up some. You can see our new perlites, the whiter chunks. And just been playing around. We've been mixing it with a drill and a bucket just for this small test batch. But normally we would obviously be mixing this with your feet on tarps. So we're right now I'm kind of sticking with the 2 sand, 1 clay, but I'm trying to get almost 50% of that perlite. It's probably gonna end up more like between 1/3 and 40% perlite, and still add a little straw for a little bit of structural reinforcement. It gives you the tensile strength so you can't rip it apart, just like rebar and concrete.
So are we going to be putting this mix right against the pipes with the straw?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep, it'll be okay.
Right.
Yep, you can put it right against barrels. What it'll do, some people don't do straw against the hot parts, and some people do. People say you shouldn't. That's because they just think it's hot and the straw is going to burn. Yeah. But what it's going to do is it just chars the straw up to a point, deeper into the clay, wherever as the straw is going away from the metal. Right. It can char it up until the point where it's so far away that it can't anymore. Right. Kind of like burning the rice starch out of the risers. Yeah. It'll burn deep enough until it can't anymore, and then the rest of the straw is there. And it's not a fire hazard or like the bench is going to catch on fire. So it just chars off, and that'll happen a little bit here and there and add some odor, but overall it's still I'd rather have the structural reinforcement and burn a little straw out than the other way around. So proper cobbing would be done barefoot, so we can feel the mix on our feet, and then you actually get a better sense of the feel of what you're mixing when it gets to the right stage or when it's wrong. But Jason's got to do other things after this. I got to do other things after this. I'm going to be in and out. So we each have a pair of cheapo cob stomping boots we got from Home Depot for like $19. Yeah. Just when we have to do back and forth, so I'm not having to wash my feet, have wet feet, need to put socks back on to go inside and do work inside.
I mean, it's still when you're doing concrete work, so it's similar.
It feels good. I might have already thrown a little too much straw in here. Pull some out. The straw is a little short. It's nice to have the longer stuff like what's in my hand right now, like forearm length. There's a lot of 3, 4, 2-inch stuff in here, which is not ideal. But again, when you're working with cob, you're generally not working with ideal. So we're spoiled with the Lincoln 60 fire clay, having an ideal component there. But then again, what's ideal? It means it had to be trucked in, running on site. So most cob in the world has been made with on-site clay and works great. I almost think this might be able to be a hair wetter. You want to turn at it?
Yeah. And we can do more straw.
I don't know. It's still not fully mixed, and I'm seeing a lot. I'd say no. Give it a few more stomp and rolls, and then we'll try and pull it apart in our hands. Grab a handful and see if it'll pull apart. I'm seeing it's pretty mixed thoroughly through there.
Things are kind of collectors.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be barefooting this stuff when we're in it deep.
Yeah, it's part of these boots are gonna wear me out way quicker.
Yeah, just picking up the weight.
Yeah. Alright, so
we could cut all the tread off the boots, just shave the tread off.
All this, all that right there, not exactly great.
I might cut the treads off mine, just make them flat.
Yeah.
We have the technology, and that's why we're dangerous. I'm gonna lift it this way. I think we're mixed good enough. Just gotta roll it into a burrito. That is a nice burrito. Okay. So, 2 ways to test straw amount is grab a handful, and it still came off pretty easy. Again, they're short pieces. So when you have pieces this short, it doesn't do much to hold it to the rest of it when you grab a handful that's the size of most of the pieces. But yeah, maybe there could be more straw in here.
I think it doesn't have enough straw yet.
Okay. Because if we take something like this, yeah, that's going to come right apart.
Yeah, because I mean, one of the things with adding the straw is it should become hard
that's
to
still
mix.
Yeah, that was grabbing a little bit. So I guess more straw.
Yeah. This still slides really easily under my feet, which
and
means
I think
it can take more.
I think we could start with the pre-straw mix a little wetter, because that's taking some wetness out and it's making it a little harder.
Yeah.
So I think we do a little wetter mix, and if we got to let them sit a while or just build short and let that sit a while, we do that. That's going to speed this along, especially when there's just 2 of us. I probably had, my first batch was probably twice the straw you just put in it, maybe more than that. But I'd say you could probably add 1 more of those, and we'll see. I don't know. It's all about feel. The twisting motion definitely helps. Some people like it with the balls of their feet. Some people like it more with the heels of the feet. It's more about listening to your body. And we're going to have really nice weather to be doing this barefoot. It's cold every morning. Usually it's frosting almost every night, but then it gets to the 60s or 70s every day. So it's like up to 40-degree temperature swings here at this time of year in Hamilton. It's pretty crazy. Not used to it. But it's better than a Midwest summer. I'll tell you that much.
Yep.
Yeah. It's looking pretty mixed. Let me flop it that way and then give it one more stomp. See if I can get up on itself. Not really wanting to do the burrito thing, it's just wanting to crack.
Well, maybe it's getting too dry from the straw.
I know! Yeah, that's hard to get a piece out of. All right. I like it.
Yeah, I think it is a little dry from the straw.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's still fine, you know. No batch is ever the same. All right. Yeah, that's definitely on the drier side. But I think we learned what I wanted to learn, which is we've got a ton of perlite in here, like lots of it, which is what we want. We're gonna have straw for structural support to keep large cracks. With the perlite addition, we can get really large cracks in the middle without straw. So I wanted the straw in there to keep that from happening, because then the surrounding structural cob won't crack because there's big cracks inside of it. So now we're gonna run away from this. I think I'll sprinkle a little water on it, cover the tarp on it, put a rock over it, call it good. Takes me back to my old ceramics days. All right. I'm not bothering cleaning mine. Said I'm not bothering cleaning mine. Just get more mud on them. But
well, I wanted to see what the tread looked like.
Oh.
Modify.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's gonna be terrible.
Yep.
After a while.
Bare feet. Gonna have to go find me a bear and take its feet. All right. All right, Jason's gonna keep working on the barrels. I'm gonna go in and finish the layout of the bench and the core. And we'll be back. Here's the rough bench and core placement. I know my bench is coming to here and here. And then I gotta look at my drawings to see where these go underneath the box. And then we'll return.